From today, for me, I will run into Chelsea transfer news. There's a lot of information in the Chelsea camp. You remember we have completed the signing of Disasi, of a defender from Monaco. You remember the man with the seven spirit talked about Salisu. So after Chelsea completing the deal with Disasi, then Monaco used part of the money to sign Salisu. You remember about what's the name, the German international, the defender from Chelsea to Real Madrid, Rudiger. I hope you remember him, the Rockstone. You know, since leaving Chelsea, we have never had a defender like him. We went for Fofana. We thought he was the one to actually do it for us. But then injuries have kept him away from the game. And also Chalobah, that we thought from academy could have done it, but it's not looking so good for Chelsea. And aside from that, we have found it in Disasi. He has, since his career, he has never been injured. So it's someone who will enhance Chelsea defense for very, very, very long time as well. Frank, we also agreed personal terms and also agree with Brighton for the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. So right now, Robert Sanchez is a blue for Chelsea. Aside from that, there's a lot of complication in Caicedo transfer. So right now, we don't know yet whether it will come through or not, because Brighton are going in some directions that Chelsea do not understand. We remember in few days, just yesterday, they came out saying that they have received a bit more than Chelsea. A lot of people thought it was Saudi or Real Madrid, but it turned out to be untrue, because they need Chelsea to meet up what they are asking for, the asking price for Caicedo. Other than that, I don't know what is really going on. And Chelsea have waited so much that they cannot be relying on Caicedo. So now they are looking for Leandro from Juventus, a midfielder. He's very, 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 very good as well. So let's see how this transfer window is going to go for sure. And aside from that, you know, Pochettino have spoken out as well. He needs experience into the Chelsea team. Experience, because you can't win the league without experienced players. And for that matter, Chelsea is looking into it, and he's worried that the midfield needs that kind of figures. We all know before signing with Chelsea, he has agreed with them that there was going to be a clear out of players. Even though the young talent Chelsea had are performing in the preseason, but it is not looking good. You know, Premier League, young talent cannot take you to the end of the season. So Pochettino is a bit worried about it, and let's see how this could probably work out. But if we get Caicedo, I think Chelsea will be done for the season and will be vying for the league title, because if Caicedo comes, it will enable Enzo Fernandez to have a free role. Yesterday, when you look at the game against Dortmund, you could understand that Chelsea is a bit there, but we just need a DM, a typical DM who will free Enzo Fernandez. So for sure, Caicedo deal is still on, and probably we will be able to do that. Frank, Vlahovic and Lukaku swap deal. Chelsea is not interested, and Juventus are just putting pressure on just because they need the money. They need the money to facilitate their transfer, because they are not also playing. They've been banned for international competition for sure. So this time they just need to win the league and see how next season will go for them. So they need that money, and they are looking for 40 million on top of Lukaku for Vlahovic. It doesn't make sense for you, Frank. Just look at Vlahovic, who is 23 years old. From Fiorentina, he scored like 23 goals from Fiorentina, and Juve bought him. He hasn't been able to score up to 15 goals since joining Juve. And they need 40 million plus Lukaku. So the deal is kind of very complicated. And if you don't take time, it might not actually go through, because Chelsea have rated Lukaku for 45 million. And it means that Juventus are rating Vlahovic for 70 to 80 million. So you can imagine the gap. So that deal, Chelsea is still standing on their firm that whether you take Lukaku or you leave it. But for Vlahovic, they are not actually interested. So let's see how this is going to work out. But Premier League this season is going to be very, very, very difficult. And you could remember Real Madrid, this preseason games is not actually good for them. Once again, they've lost their last preseason game 3-0 as well. And also, Barcelona are doing quite very well. They won against AC Milan. And what baffled me most is Liverpool. Liverpool have lost against Bayern Munich 4-3 for sure. So this season is really, really, really good.
Okay, thank you very much. This is what Bobby doesn't like.
Yes, because you're professional.
And
you lack communication. The professionals have become unprofessionals now. Today,
where is Bobby?
Today, the professionals have become unprofessional today. And you lack communication.
and he's here to explain to us what happened in his birthday. He wasn't here.
Okay.
So
okay. Jojo Jackson also more fire.
Some speaking the other mind, some encouraging me on the positive steps we have taken. I appreciate this. I have also received voices from our clubs, our women Premier League clubs, our regional managers or chairmen, our Premier League clubs, our Division 1 League clubs, wanting to know whether I intend to continue on this process and journey to resurrect the Ghanaian game. My answer is yes. Thank you very much for all that you stand for. We stand for football. We eat football. The road ahead of us will never be smooth. It will be rough. It will be tough. But we will get there. Thank you.
And the leagues will try. And our young
oh yeah, okay. It's Wusha, GFA president, Mr. Ketias Okraku, or no, and I confirm say Kwan Biaso Obako for re-election as Ghana Football Association president. I say football people for no more no more fair no. Eshenun crying say on some contest bio.
But I didn't know they were also paying such huge amounts for the contest.
Yeah, that is presidency, you know.
According to
presidency, that is 50,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes,
yes, 500
million. That's quite a lot. So, well, that's where I'm going to actually talk about, because most of the times, where does the money goes? The money they pay for those, is it that it's going to the elections preparations or what have you? And why are they paying those kind of monies? Because usually these are some of the things we do and our leaders don't do well. Sometimes you need to get people who deserve the position to be able, so that they can be matched, or maybe someone can qualify to actually go for the contest, but then this amount is maybe will be preventing the person to go in for that kind of and some of them, if they pay this kind of money, you don't know where they actually get it, and afterwards they need contracts and other things to pay these monies back. So sometimes it's kind of very, very difficult for me to digest this kind of thing. If we can actually do something about those money, so that if someone is coming to vie that kind of position, those money should be prevented or should be minimal, so that it will be affordable for people who are qualified to actually go for it. But for Kate there, I think he can go for second round. Usually we don't see those kind of, you see a president just losing election to, now it doesn't, and it's within the election is within the GFA, and he's working with majority of them. So if he lose that election, it means that really he's not doing quite very well. But I think Kate will be able to win or get second term again. But he needs to also improve the things he's doing. It's not enough, but then let's give him the second chance.